Today we're testing one of my favorite kitchen gadgets, the blender. So we're gonna do a few tests to really test two things, power and speed. Starting with the Vitamix. It costs around $400 to $600. The Vitamix is known for its horsepower. It's supposed to be the strongest out there, the biggest and the best. Your sort of dream blender. The Breville is $3.99, which is kind of similar to the Vitamix. And then we have our two little guys at a better price point of $100 for the Ninja and $40 for the Magic Bullet. I guess today we'll find out if the Vitamix is actually just a hype or if it is actually that much better. The most important part of a blender is definitely the blade. Starting with the Vita, you can tell that the blade is flat. So the Breville, interestingly enough, this has 6 blades and they call it the hemisphere blade, and it's sort of a stacked blade that's sticking up. And then these two are a standard 4 blade, which 2 of them stick up, so we'll see how that differs from these guys. So the first test we're doing is corn kernels, and the reason why we're doing this because corn kernels are really hard to blend to actually get like really fine cornmeal. We'll run it through a sieve, and in a perfect world, the entire 200 grams will be fine cornmeal. So we'll see if that actually works out with any of these blenders. We're just gonna do max horsepower, full on speed, just for the purposes of this test. Okay, ready? Go. Look at this, it's freaking amazing. Like I already know, like this, as it was blending, it was like done in like 10 seconds. I mean, I think you guys saw the horsepower on this guy when as soon as you turn it on, it was like, which was amazing. Breville, not so bad either. The hemisphere blade really kind of whipped the product inside the blender. The more time it's in the air, the less time it's actually hitting the blade and blending. Whereas the Vitamix with the flat blade kind of just stayed on the bottom and didn't whip up. This guy, it's more about the horsepower and really not about the blade as much. Okay, starting with the Vita, and we're using a scale so that we can be exact with the measurement. And we're just gonna dump it. Wow, this is really fine, actually. It did a really good job. All right. Now I have 2 different types of cornmeal, the coarse and the fine. So the Vitamix got 165 grams of finely rounded cornmeal. And then the rest did not go through the sifter, and it will be more of a coarse cornmeal. So I believe that if we blended it for an entire minute instead of 30 seconds, we probably could have gotten all of this through the sieve. All right, so on to the Breville. Yeah, I can tell this is not gonna be as good as the Vita. This is like a lot more coarse. So that looks pretty much done. 98 grams. Also the cornmeal doesn't feel as fine as the Vita, where the Vita really felt like flour straight up. And this, you still get a little bit of coarseness. So definitely difference in product as well. Although it went through the same sieve, this feels more like flour, whereas the Breville feels more like sand, like a private beach. So moving on to the compact blenders. These are shaped a little bit differently. The blade is separate from the container. Now starting with the Ninja, there we go. Make sure it's on tight. Honestly, the Magic Bullet, the one thing about it is like super small and tiny. And I like small things, because I'm small. Hope I don't break anything. Ready, set, go. Oh, ow, my ears it's ringing. But I'm actually quite surprised to see that the Ninja looks actually like pretty good. Look at that. This actually did a better job of rotating the product inside the container. On to the Magic Bullet. I feel like that's just like your price difference. So starting with the Ninja, it's very comparable with the Breville, I think. I could tell by the coarseness of the cornmeal. Well, actually, it might not be quite as good as the Breville, but it's almost there. 74 grams pretty comparable with the Breville. I mean, not as great, but still really close, really, really close. And nice beach sand texture. A nude beach? Just kidding. Oh God, this is a little sad. Like some are actually just still whole, like completely whole. I think I'll be lucky if I get like 10 grams out of this. All right, I think that's sadly all I can get from this. A whopping 15 grams. Oh man, that was a little sad. So we know who the loser is here. Oh, you know what the funny thing is? I can tell immediately too that the powder is actually like really dark in color. Everything else is kind of like vibrantly yellow. It really didn't quite blend any of the kernels, which probably means it's like just the skin, maybe like wet sand, dirty sand. Don't invite me to this beach. So the results are sort of what I expected. The Vita, of course, really great product, really good result. The Magic Bullet, not so good. But what is interesting is that the Breville and the Ninja is like quite comparable. It was only off by like maybe 20 grams, especially considering that the Breville is like 4 times more expensive than the Ninja. Pretty awesome. 10-second smoothie challenge. We want to test smoothies just because some of these guys are literally for smoothies. And we're just using basic ingredients for this. It's not really for flavor, it's just for a test. So we're just doing frozen fruit and water. And we decided to do 10 seconds just because I feel like if you run it for like 30 seconds to a minute, then you're just gonna get the same result. But right now we just wanna see speed. And we're gonna hit it on max power and we'll see the results. So starting with Vita, fruits, half a cup of water. My timer on? All right, stump it out, see what we got. Perfectly, beautifully blended smoothie. I see no chunks. That's pretty smooth. We got sorbet. No surprises here. Moving down the line, we got our Breville. Timer set. That was 10 seconds. I hate this lid. This looks like it did a pretty great job as well. But let's spoon through it and see if there's any difference in product with the Vita. I do see a little bit of chunkiness. It's really not as smooth as the Vita. So initially I didn't see like the biggest difference, but I think when I was pouring it out, you could definitely tell that the Vitamix had more of like a blended product, whereas the Breville, it's like a little bit separated. There's a little bit of chunkiness and it's just like very like watery. It's like a different texture. Now moving on to our mini or more compact blenders. Start with the Ninja. Ready, set, go. Let's see. Little chunkiness happening here, but it's still pretty good. I would say it's very comparable with the Breville. It is blended better. Like for some reason the Breville, the water seems like very separated. It was very watery. Last but not least, but maybe the least, the Magic Bullet. But I'm hoping to get like at least similar product because I feel like the Magic Bullet is really for smoothies. It's made to pulse, but we're just gonna go straight through for 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. Not bad. Oh, yep, I got a huge chunk of fruit. Oh, you know what? And I can smell the motor. A lot of chunks of berries. Just to note that with these types of blenders, it's meant to stop and maybe shake and then do it again. So we know that that's how you do it. Obviously, we have a clear winner with the Vitamix, winning in both power and speed. The price point says it all. And then the Magic Bullet, which was last, but only $40. What I am surprised with is the Ninja and the Breville. Similar results. Breville was, you know, tad bit better, but with the price point being 4 times more than the Ninja, I would say definitely the Ninja is a great, great product. The Vitamix is great, but it might be a pain to take out just to make a smoothie or a salad dressing. So I feel like that's great with the Ninja just because it's like small and compact. It can live on your counter, super quick and convenient. So I definitely say if you have a budget for it, go for it. But also, I really love the Ninja because it's compact, lives on your counter, super quick, cleanup is easy. This is a phenomenal product. If you're watching this video, you're probably a kitchen nerd. And if you're also a sports nerd, you can check out our friends at SB Nation.
Quarterback of the future, Aaron Rodgers, who they picked in the first round of the 2005 draft. The Packers even went as far